Yeah, so we're gonna watch the brutal case of Manuel Vela. I think the camera is this the whole time, so I don't really know what the whole I don't know exactly what goes on with this one. I mean, we never know what's going on when we go into these. We just, you know,
learn.
We watch these as we go. We experience
This was
these with
just
you
posted.
guys.
Like under a month ago.
December 27th. He posted one like literally today, but it's like 20 something minutes, I think.
So this says warning graphic content. Like, do you get worried about that for like TOS?
I think this. Well, actually, he doesn't have it on here. Does he have it in some of his other videos? He doesn't really. That is a little.
What, the graphic content?
This video. Channel. Yeah, that's true. He doesn't have that on a different one. This one's audibly graphic. I mean, it usually is. The thing is it usually is okay with Twitch and YouTube because that sort of stuff is okay as long as it's in an educational setting. And this is an educational setting. I mean, I have a degree in this subject, so we talk about it in a way that helps you guys learn more about it, because I think the exposure of this is important for your guys' knowledge and awareness of the world we live in, to be honestly fair. So I mean, it's literally all educational at the end of the day. As much as we have fun doing it, like technically I'm qualified to educate you guys on this stuff, so don't ban me.
Yeah, I'm with 17 News, the local NBC station.
Yes.
So we're just gonna interview you about what happened and how you got here.
In December of 2016, 8-month pregnant Katrina Rivera went missing.
Oh, great.
Several days later, her fiance, Manuel Vela, was chased down by the police, leading to the discovery of her mutilated body in the backseat of a car.
God.
Not only did he kill Katrina, but he then cut their unborn son from her stomach with a box cutter, and at some point before being caught, killed the infant as well.
So yesterday, what happened with your girlfriend?
Will you be,
Katrina?
excuse me, would you be doing this live or as
No, it's not live. It's just
Zooming in
recorded.
on
documentary where you trying to
We're doing it for the news.
questions for the rest?
No, for the news.
For the interest of just that NBC?
So you can get your side of the story, what happened out. So you can
I don't know quite what you got on your side of the fence.
We just work for the news station.
No, about my side of what happened with the situation.
Yeah, we just want to know your side.
Because I don't know exactly if I could put myself in any trouble at all by saying.
You don't have to say anything that you feel is going to get you in trouble. You don't have to answer all the questions.
All right, I could answer some questions. That's exactly how you said.
Okay. Yeah, answer the questions however you feel. If you don't want to answer any of the questions, you don't have to.
Oh, that's fine. I understand. You can proceed.
So what happened yesterday? How did this all start?
What this is? 12/8. That's when this all started. About how this person ended up dead. Katrina Rivera.
This person, as if
with
it's
the
not
baby cut
his.
out.
Why is he pretending like that's not his significant other? Why is he? Why
Did you
say
cut
her
the
name?
baby out of her?
Yes, I did.
Although he shows concern that answering any questions might incriminate him, Vela almost immediately admits cutting the baby from his girlfriend's stomach. Disturbingly, there is very little emotion to go with this horrific
He danced
revelation.
around the subject and then was
It should
immediately like,
also
yeah,
be
I did
noted
it.
that he refers to his girlfriend as this person.
Yeah, that's what
Consciously
I'm
or not, he is distancing himself from her. This could either be to diminish his connection to her, or to make it less personal in his mind to cope with what he has done.
Oh, 100%.
Why?
Both.
Prove a point to religion.
What?
Isn't it your baby?
It's not a baby. Yes.
So what point were you proving?
First and foremost, to defy every religion-based political, to defy every law of any God creation of a book. You understand?
No.
Yeah.
So did you think what you were doing was the right thing, or did you realize it was going to kill her?
Well, we quite, as a team, you know, from extraterrestrial to religion to science, understand the voyage of telepathy and somewhat of higher power vested in us as a team, me and Katrina Rivera.
Are you?
This guy's not right.
Are you getting any of this?
Dude, this guy's just not right.
Yes, that I was gonna
Like,
kill
obviously
her.
he's not
She
right because he did
said
it, but
she had
like,
to die.
also, what the hell?
This guy's talking
His
like he's
reasoning
blacked
is
out
bizarre.
drunk.
It seems to have been some type of protest against pro-life religion or political leanings, but it is difficult to understand what he hoped to accomplish. He claims that Rivera understood that she was going to die and chose to go through with it, but at this point he can make any claim, since she is no longer alive to dispute it. A wound on his face, however, is a possible indication that there was a struggle.
Of course there was a struggle.
And she was okay with that?
Well, that's it. She accepted it, yes.
So, were you guys on drugs before you did this?
No, not at all.
Was this something that you had planned for a long time to do?
No, of course not.
Well, it wasn't really something we planned on to do since Jesus returned, back when he was hanging on those crosses, 3 crosses.
What?
Right here in back of the Canyon Hills, what you represented. Hello.
I mean, there was 2 others near him, but he was just on one.
Other 2,
You know.
yeah. Kind of weird to give him credit for all 3 of the
Before
crosses.
Christ.
Okay.
And after Christ, whatever, after death, whatever they want to
After
What?
death or
mix it up,
whatever.
you know, a little bit with you.
Yeah, it's my reason, but whatever. The after
To
death
say the
part,
least,
whatever. What is he?
I was capable of a lot
Is
better.
he saying anything? There's like
could've went
0
with this other
substance to this,
option.
right?
No, he's
But I
either
just
completely
respected the plan and authority of the
gone
Father, so
on drugs,
Spirit,
or
everything he
he's just
said.
mentally not there
What was the other
and
option?
he's unstable and unfit, you know?
leaving and going a path of defying the Father.
Do you guys have any other kids together?
Now he's saying that God told him to do this. His inability to stick to one story for more than a few minutes, coupled with his slightly slurred speech and exaggerated facial movements, make it hard to believe him when he says he hasn't been using drugs, although he is telling the truth.
No matter of fact, we have Madeline, me and Vela, yes.
Really quick chat. Boop. Boop. Actually, let me just yeah. You guys are going too fast, so it's unable to keep up, but once again, we are doing a giveaway. Apparently chat's going really quick, so I'm gonna throw this little tweet out for you guys. If you want to interact with it, you can. Currently doing a huge sale on Madrina's products for the next 24 hours.
Yes.
24 hours. You can get 30% off Madrina's products using code Sneegsnag at checkout over at Madrina's coffee. You can also enter this giveaway and get the newest flavors and a bottle for the acre for free. I have to delete some words. I'm too good at the language. The next, I'll just say day.
Your Twitter name right now is Big Boinkus.
Yeah, I'm Big Boinkus.
What's all Big Boinkus?
Okay, the Gleam is the link.
Guys, enter the giveaway. We're giving away free Madrinas. You see them in the picture right there. Dark chocolate raspberry and raspberry lemonade.
Guys, this would be crazy, but what if you, I don't know, retweeted this tweet?
Bro, you tweeted it. I refreshed your Twitter, and then when I refreshed it, it already had over 300 likes. So, Jesus.
Don't fuck with me.
People were ready to enter that damn giveaway, man.
God, it's almost like I pulled it up on stream on purpose. I mean, oh man, cool.
When they were born, did you guys consider doing anything like this with them?
Oh, these are first facts of what you talking about? Yes.
So why with this baby?
How is
Oh,
this
this
guy
baby?
not on drugs?
Because
He's on
as
drugs.
As a father who I am,
They just
He's on
said
drugs or he's
not.
Antichrist, regardless of any nature of humankind come in contact with she's saying you know,
Bro, what are these
higher
facial
being
expressions he's given?
as our presence of brain, you know, will go and smack as a whole nation as one as every, you know, other individual, 7 nations, and
No,
say,
he's
hey,
not
whose
saying
brain
anything.
are you? You like my flesh? You know, could look at you and just say, hey, me, how you like my brain? Huh? Well, that's fine. And get back to the topic and say, well, accepted the fact that it was going to come, and the kids didn't know a lot about it. They just had to act like we're just humans and say, that's fine. You know, mental illness rules, rock on, you know.
So when yesterday did you take the baby out?
What is happening?
He didn't say anything.
Boy, this was on
Was it
the
He
before the
said
police
not.
came or
He
after
said
the-
something about higher beings and liking
this
their
was
flesh,
before.
and their kids
I took
were
him
okay
out
with.
about 7 hours
Something about
prior.
brains
I
too.
killed her on the 8th,
What?
late night at 9/11, but it's that front porch of our house in 2213 Fairfax. And she wanted me, but off the subject, put her in the car, whatnot, drove down, did whatever, and you know, had some time to my father, just be with it.
So was the baby alive at first?
No, you know, kept a little hour, 6 hours to myself, just with her dad in the back seat, side of the road, somewhere
Wait,
over on
her
Cottonwood,
dad?
and just had a time to reflect what me and my
I
father
thought he said
had,
dad in the back seat.
You know, been sitting here to do.
Vela alternates between
Wait.
Babylon.
You know, been sitting. And just had a time to reflect what me and my father had, you know, been sitting here to do.
Been sent here to do.
Vela alternates between
is kinda
babbling
crusade.
incoherently and being able to give clear details such as his address, the location of where he parked the car with Rivera's body, and what he did. At this point, more information is needed to determine if he is being
What's
influenced
happening?
by drugs or if he is suffering from a mental illness.
It's really hard to
Antichrist,
tell.
Jesus, Satan, Jesus
I
Christ.
thought he said he
whatever.
didn't test for drugs.
And we just talk about how we're gonna proceed and whatever we understand about how do we communicate, and then put into the plan and effect which route we took. So then, therefore, we just went, okay. I got back in the car, drove to the mission over there on Edison Highway, just relaxed right there, wait till it's called a prophecy fulfill, yeah.
What?
Everybody involved, whatnot, human nature. And then that's why I stood for a little bit. And that's where I cut her open when he told
Wow.
me to.
When who told you to?
The father, it's just the same one who was to communicate with Jesus Christ is when he was here.
So he's saying God told
Yeah.
him to do it?
Yeah, he's
So,
saying that
are-
But
that
I
God.
thought he
Wait,
said
told
he
by the
was
devil?
defying religion.
Me?
Yeah.
I'm
You-
the Antichrist.
I'll just let you say that. I'll
Oh.
let you know right now. There's no logic to any of this.
Simple business
He
of
just
any
called
God that
himself
ever
the
said the creator
Antichrist, so
was
that's
here
interesting.
to defy law. Anything that I ever said that I was Adam from the first, you know, to understand the flesh or pleasure.
After proclaiming himself to be the Antichrist, it's looking more and more apparent that Vela has some form of mental illness.
Yeah, I
He
mean,
is
what?
clearly delusional and in need of a mental evaluation. If he has had similar events in the past, Rivera may have very well pretended to go along with him to appease him, not realizing how dangerous he was, or else she may have been trying to get him away from their other children.
And take it into, put it into a soul.
His mind is doing all sorts of
You know, inside and
disassociation
out.
from what just happened.
The firstborn, that's me. Yeah,
I mean, you'd be
it's me. The perfect specimen.
amazed the amount of things that like your mind can do to compartmentalize like traumatic experiences, even if you're the ones that committed it. Like if it's that.
Yeah, but he's like,
I mean, I think
bro,
it's
he was probably in
obviously-
this state of mind when he did it.
Probably. I mean, this is probably not that kind of situation, but it is really incredible how much people can like really pack away something that traumatic. I mean, I think that is not this situation. I think this guy is just really gone. But yeah,
he's gone.
That's it. The definition of to fulfill something nobody else ever will ever compare to.
So do you feel bad that your girlfriend and your baby are dead?
Boy, I mean, take it easy on her. I take it easy on her, so no. I have remorse of not, but I don't feel bad.
Anything else you want to ask, Jack?
Yeah, how'd you do it? What instructions did you get to fulfill the request from your father? How did you go through this, killing your girlfriend and the baby? And look right at her.
How I do it was, I let it start as a child to keep a secret of knowing about, society, how they kept a secret from when Jesus was here. I'm not sure what quite your religion is. I don't care to ask anymore. But I respect the fact that Jesus Christ, as when he came back and rose in his beliefs and put it in a book, after death, a little mixed up.
I'll start over. How did you get your instructions and what instructions did you get?
Excuse. Oh, right. When I was 7, that's when it says put them in effect. Yeah, I lied.
yeah. He
And
did
through
say
all that time,
Jesus
you hear
wrote
these
his book.
voices over
Jesus
and over
didn't
again?
technically write the
Well, he
Bible,
take
but
it and say go left, and I have to
technically
go
did,
right. And I get he's in an
Oh, this
Asian
guy-
spaceship or
weirdly enough, this
something.
guy's not
So
making
you
sense.
already,
So I had to learn every process.
He's not making
of
any sense.
How he really had to communicate. Say go right,
This is
and I go left.
got it. So you did pretty much opposite of that. In the process of going through this, how did you kill your girlfriend and the baby?
an ad is played. This is not what I was expecting. This is an interesting one. Somebody bought a blueberry pomegranate. Thank you, Cadaver Dog.
Cadaver Dog, thank you so much for using discount code Sneegsnag. Man,
Macabre,
so many
thank
people.
you for the shaker. Might as well thank a few people coming in hot while we're sitting here waiting. This is wild. Macabre with the raspberry lemonade as well. Thank you so much.
Guys, as a reminder, thank you so much for letting me come and crash y'all's party tonight and hang during all this awesome crime time. Sneak, I'm glad you didn't switch off because this stuff is great. I mean, obviously this is madness. Like this guy is madness, but I mean, these videos are interesting to see the craziness of people.
I was a true crime bitch even before I studied it, and it was probably a huge reason I did go to study it. When I decided to study it, because I was, I didn't go to college. I didn't start criminal justice, but I ended up that way. Probably due to my interests. So, but it's really cool to do this sort of thing because I can also I know like the ways cops. I mean, this isn't the police. This sounds like news interviewers. It's so fascinating, but I can offer context in a lot of ways, but also like it's just interesting content because like this exists, like people like this exist, and it's important to recognize that. I mean, even though it's dark and it's messed up, like knowing like the behaviors of a interrogation room and knowing the real situations people are put in and have to deal with is important. And I understand some of you may never deal with it. I certainly don't. I'm at least not yet. But having this knowledge, or if you ever do, is very important.
Oh, that's what I mean by like it's great. It's like super. I feel like this is useful these are useful things, even though, like you said, it's insane that this exists. Absolutely insane. Like we coexist with these people in the world.
The world we have due to the actions of us all ways is what
thank
it
you
is.
Yo, Ray is sleepy. Thank you so much, guys. As a reminder, go to madrinascoffee.com right now. Tonight, you guys can get 30% off your entire order. So many homies and friends that are ordering. Yo, Tumber with the vanilla. Thank you so much, Tumber. Guys, we have our brand new raspberry bundle, dark chocolate raspberry cold brew and raspberry lemonade green coffee fuelers. Both of them live on the web store. Both of them were brand new this past weekend. You can get both in the raspberry bundle for $44.99. And on top of that, get 30% off. So whatever that is, like $12 off or something like that, with discount code Sneegsnag.
There's 9,000 entries into this giveaway already.
Damn. And we got a giveaway going on, guys. Enter the giveaway. We're going to give away a raspberry bundle.
That's at least 1,000 viewers if all of them did all 9 steps. Not enough. More. Enter the giveaway more. This one's... I was not expecting it from this one, but this one is interesting. It just... Ooh, sorry. If only I had some natural ingredient coffee to fuel me up. This one is wild just because it's not, because we don't, I don't know. This is more of not an educational one. This is more of an interesting one just because I don't have anything to really give. This guy is just saying things and it's just wild to know that this person is real. Because it's not like I can tell you about, police manipulating stuff.
I feel like what you said was,
I just bought some raspberry lemonade. Apparently, someone used my name on checkout.
Bro, thank you for ordering raspberry lemonade.
Thank you, me. No problem. What can I
Yo,
say?
Sarita, thank you so much for ordering Blue Palmberry, guys. When you are checking out,
You're checking out already. What?
when you are checking out, guys, make sure you put your name in at checkout so that way we can say hi to you and say thank you. So Sarita, thank you so much. There's a raspberry lemonade from Sarita, using discount code Sneegsnag at checkout. Again, guys, while you're hanging out, just hit the plus sign on your browser. Go to madrinascoffee.com. Check out all our coffees. I know you'll find one that you love, like that one right there, our cinnamon chocolate churro from Anonymous. Thank you, Anonymous, using discount code Sneegsnag. Again, it's all 30% off right now. Support your boy.
Yeah, and if you don't put your name in, it'll come up anonymous, which is just not the dopamine rush you need. Just saying.
No. We're here for the caffeine and the dopamine, and then you play the video games, and then you get the adrenaline.
Can a lawyer refuse to take a certain client? I mean, yeah, 100%. I mean, obviously that can happen. If it's a private lawyer, they can do that just by not taking on the client. There needs to be an agreement by the lawyer to put that person on their, client list before they even start representing them. They need to have a contract and a payment promise and stuff like that. If you're talking a public defender, yes. It's not often because you kind of sign up for getting everything, the whole mixed bag if you're a public defender. Because public defenders are assigned to people who can't afford a lawyer, who are given one due to their rights as an American citizen, which is used in the Miranda rights that we know everybody gets when they're interrogated by the police. You have the right to a lawyer, and if you cannot afford one will be provided for you. And that is something that we have as Americans. I don't know how other countries have it, but that's how we have it. And that's how public attorneys exist. There's public prosecutors and public defenders. They both do the same thing, just on the opposite ends. If somebody needs a lawyer and can't afford one, they fill in the gap. Yeah, that's pretty much it. And if they have a conflict of interest emotionally to the crime or emotionally to the client, if there's a reason they can't represent them, they can 100% back out of the representation. It doesn't happen often because usually public attorneys know that sort of thing going into it, but it's very, very, very possible they can do that.
And I go left.
Got it. So you did pretty much opposite of that. In the process of going through this, how did you kill your girlfriend and the baby? And what instructions did you get in order to do that?
Well,
third time he's asked
throughout that whole time of just saying shut up before I die, because he threatens me.
Is that right?
Receive? Yes.
So what were your emotions at that time, and why did you do it, and how did you do it?
He no longer threatened me after I told me one time, go left, and I went right.
Mm-hmm.
He said, define me, do what you do, and just do it the right way.
What was that way? What did you come up with? What was your way to do this?
What does that even fucking
Oh, he
mean?
said, just do it as you were alone in the garden.
And did you use any instruments, tools? Did you use your hands?
Yeah, he gave me instructions of a razor blade that he provided me in the garden when no one else was there.
Yes.
An X-Acto knife, or was it
I
a
love that part
utility
of
knife?
I love that part of Genesis when God gives Adam a razor blade. Pardon? Yeah, just he gets a razor blade and he just cuts up the snake.
Yo, he was either like this before, or like you said,
I
after
mean,
the
like
fact,
I said,
he's starting to do this like detachment from reality thing.
yeah, people do this a lot. It happens a lot, and it sounds like this is fairly recent to the crime as well. This sort of thing happens a lot, though. People will do stuff like this, and their brain will go to a completely different environment, and they will just start saying things and completely disconnecting themselves from the reality they're in, as like a weird survival tactic. Obviously, it doesn't work, but it is certainly something that happens to some people. I don't know if it's exactly happening to him. This seems like something that has been happening. But yeah, why do they do that? Psychologically, it's mostly like mental strain. So an event can be so strenuous on somebody's brain that the brain doesn't know how to handle it. So the brain will literally shut down. It's a form of dissociation, to where like the brain will find a way to have you function without being pretty much knowledgeable of your functioning at the moment, because what you're currently having to deal with is too much for your brain to like be mentally present for. So it'll find ways for you to function during that situation without really making much sense of it. And it's a way to have you survive without having so much piled on that your brain is just unable to handle it. It's a way for the brain to like kind of deviate the stress away. Not that it's a good thing or a healthy thing for that to happen in something like this, but that's pretty much the logic behind it. I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure that's how it kind of works.
Still trapped in his delusions, Vela makes a statement that might indicate that he has been hearing voices from the age of 7. He also believes himself to be special in some way, powerful and set apart from others.
Just about a razor blade then.
And you did all of this with the razor blade? You did the C-section with the razor blade?
Yes.
What were your thoughts through that process?
I said just taking the baby, cutting it as if I was some, what was it, savage or beast by myself.
Yeah. So you had some insight into the future of this baby, and you were doing what?
No, I get out and just say, he lets me loose. He lets me out. It says, like, she run it down. It just, hey, what am I doing? I'm just trying to do like 20,000 things at once, but I'm focused on one thing. And I'm cutting like that. But why this whole, as a whole, is still in process of watching me. It's paranoia. But at the same time, it's like I'm doing this. And he lets me, yeah.
Gotcha. I gotcha. So it was pretty intense then, wasn't it?
It's just atmosphere. It's, I would imagine.
Yeah.
I can't figure too intense.
How did you get her in the position to do this? Did you guys agree to do this? Did she lay down on the bed somewhere? Talk to me about that. And
Well, I killed her at the house. We set this plan up about a couple, I would say 100,000 years ago, but we said Jesus Christ here before that. And then we're here, hell's Satan. Let's lie. Let's take it back from 2,000 years ago. John the Baptist, his soul, and he's here, and every prophet from every generation, from any bloodline that's ever been in association with that back in Jerusalem.
so was it your idea to clear this bloodline?
Was to connect as a nation. Yes, we're saying the Antichrist.
Okay, now, you mentioned something a minute ago that
Yeah, of
you are
course.
the
Yep.
Antichrist.
You guys get that? Write that
Okay,
down.
tell me, is this by proxy? How were you
100,000 years ago,
appointed
this is planned.
the fact of power vested in this whole as a understanding of how
He just admitted to premeditating a murder 100,000 years in advance. That's first degree. He's gone.
we
That's like beyond
communicate
first degree.
with the Father and the Holy Spirit, and the Son is sitting in between. Said, well, it's as a process of elimination.
Does this cause you stress through all this process of being arrested, killing your girlfriend, killing the baby?
What would make you
Talk
suggest
to me
that?
about how you feel right now. Do you think that you've done exactly what you were told to do? Clear that up for me.
Well, we fulfilled a pretty magnificent creation, at the same fact. Yes, it says very excited for the next process of experience. As I would imagine to tell you, nothing will ever be the same. Yes.
Yeah. And you're right, nothing will ever be the same. You hear those voices now, they're talking to you and telling you how to respond to our questions?
What appears the bone, sharpest instrument, which is the creator. I mean, kiss, hallelujah.
In your vernacular. Okay, I got you.
We'll say separate the marrow from the bone. It is.
And where do you stand with that analogy? What's your feelings?
I say, really, you fear into religion, anything of anywhere. It's a world as a nation where just have to represent myself and my lonely tattoos and my figure of, look at me. It's as a human.
What was your girlfriend's thoughts? I mean, if you discussed all of this, take me through that. Tell me her demeanor, her mindset, and
Makes me
how you
think
guys
of all
came
those,
up with this
like,
idea.
Makes me think of all these TikTokers who like try to say like all this sage advice and then they just don't say anything in particular, but like make it sound like they're saying something super deep.
That's not just, I mean, that's an everything. That's a lot of people. A lot of people
that's
do that.
just so many people in general. But I mean, this is obviously different. This guy's clearly in some really bad like state of mind, but
whatever it is, it's
that's the only thing I can think of is in terms of another person speaking like this. It just sounds like they're like, they're talking and you can hear the words they're saying, but if you try to like formulate the sentence and find the logic in it, you just literally don't know where to start because there's just no like actual...
There's no logic. It's like word vomit.
It's
a
like
lot of it
trying
not
to get
even
the word
sentences.
count on your essay done.
Yeah, it's just word vomit. There's no like, you can't even like find a point. Like the sentences don't connect, the words don't connect to make a sentence. Sentences don't connect to make a freaking anything.
This one's wild, dude.
Well, tell you the truth, I said, I would ask your religion first off before answering that.
Is she the same religion as you?
Eternity, yes.
Okay.
It's eternity? He answered with it's eternity?
That process of what you two discussed prior to killing her.
New religion just dropped, folks.
The deed?
While Vela can become quite eloquent about the hidden meanings behind his actions and the voices, he has trouble making it all connect. There are small pauses where he seems confused about how it all fits together, but these only last mere moments before he is off on another tangent.
Or the whole just how it started through the night.
Yeah, how you started. I don't need the details. What I need to know is why you...
As a prophecy, like we're talking about religion, or we're going to just go and say, just a functionable way of putting it to society.
Functional way to put it to society. Go ahead and take me through that.
That ain't... Well, it's very well, as I told you beginning, I say right and you say left, you go right. I say I hate you, which means I love you. So you say, turn around and talk to it behind my back, as in a social society, which is a secret that no one else will understand unless they're in it.
Is that why in the history that you have with the spousal abuses, you were convicted on, I think, a couple of those and arrested a couple of times. Is this all part of that process that got you to where you're at right now?
Well, absolutely.
Say it again?
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Why?
But we could have went about 20 different little routes, 10 precise. That's it. But we had to give them chances and chances to understand and succeed and say, what do you want to do? This is talking to the higher powers, not the 4 founding fathers of his nation or Islam or any
Right. It's present time, right now.
capable 7 nations resent
What
of any
is it?
religion. We had to give them, because we're all as one. This is King of all kings, the city, Lord of all lords. It's just him.
When his history of domestic violence is brought up, he readily admits to it, but almost immediately deflects from it by tossing together a word salad of religious terms. If he continues in this state, he might be declared mentally unfit to stand trial.
I like the term word salad.
Not to change subject on you right now, but we're kind of under a deadline, and I want to give you every opportunity in the world to say what happened. But if we could summarize now, come to a finalization here.
Some people are confused by the captions / how his words are coming out. That's another thing with this sort of stuff, is because your brain starts to work extra hard to meet the demands of dumping kind of the situation out. It also might have trouble processing words correctly. So like tons of times, people that end up doing this sort of thing and going into these states of mind, they'll have trouble like actually completing words in ways that are like pronunciable. Which is why it kind of sounds like he's sort of getting a word, and when he's going for the word, he gets it out there, and then he kind of trickles at the end where it kind of falls off, because his brain is still like clearly rapidly dumping this situation out of his head so he can continue to sustain whatever environment his brain's trying to keep without like shutting off completely. So that's why it's kind of like he clearly meant like the fathers who represent the nation or whatever, but he said like a completely different word that was kind of that word but kind of not. So it's his brain being unable to meet those connections because it's too busy focusing on everything else about getting out of the situation, pretty much.
Take me through the day when you decided that you had to kill her and the baby, to where you got arrested, putting the baby down on the street corner. Take me through all of that.
Okay, it was Wednesday afternoon. My daughter's a Queen Angel. Might not I ever ask anybody that's actually has nothing to do with my social circle.
What?
Queen Angel, as a fact, busted. From there on, she said, "It's your Sunday. Let's get it." So I had to go and put it in effect to that night, as the highest of authority.
So
and
what
it made it a
happened
process. It made it a process of just following through on whatever and however they proceeded as one to actually have her dead on the floor, put her in the trunk. Put her in the back seat of the car, drive, have some alone time, talk to the father, and then go on and proceed and I was do as I chose as a human, because I'm still as human as a man. That's me, along with everything else any of a nation, of any other belief of a God actually here.
So what was her thoughts when you were cutting? Was she alive when you cut the baby out?
No, she was dead.
And how did you do that?
She was dead about from 9 to 7, I think. I think I put her open at 7:11.
How did you kill her?
I socked her and I choked her.
And
What?
then the baby. Once you cut the baby out, how did you kill the baby?
I killed her, Katrina Rivera, right there.
How?
I strangled her.
At the house?
Yes.
And then hours later you went to Edison and then cut the baby out?
Yes.
How do you feel? With all of this, you've completed your instructions, and you are the
It's
Antichrist.
socked,
How do you
not
feel
sucked.
about
Like socked
this?
somebody
Oh,
across
okay.
the head.
Stock.
Yeah.
Said remorse, that's it.
Why
Caption
the
was wrong.
remorse?
I said only takes away that to describe it.
Yeah. I bet that's tough.
Yes.
Do cutaways?
Yeah. Where on Edison did you cut the baby off? You said you
Why
went
do
to
they
Edison
keep
Highway, right?
panning down to his hands?
In a garden? Was it
Very
actually in a
weird.
garden?
What are they?
No, it was right on the sidewalk.
Side of the road?
Yeah.
But like by what?
By the mission,
What does
by
that say?
the homeless shelter.
Wait.
Oh. And no one saw you?
I can't make
But
it
it
out.
said Adam
Is that
for a second, but I don't think it does.
Was it in the middle of the day, at night?
Well, I recorded it throughout the process. I was recording, yes.
You recorded it?
Oh, yeah.
Like with your cell phone?
Yes.
What'd you do with that recording?
Out somewhere in the car. Yeah.
Why did you record it?
For no particular reason.
The detective struggles to get any kind of usable information out
No
of Vela.
particular reason.
Shockingly, he tells them that he has recorded the removal of the baby. If this
Oh
is
my
true,
God.
and not just part of his delusion, it is a hefty piece of evidence against him. If the sound was on and he was speaking, it could also help give insight into his mental state during the horrific event.
Which could
To come up with
Go
something
either way.
fast, because he likes tricking me. Say, here, do something with this
I
one,
hope they
actually
don't
that.
show that.
So I
I
gotta
don't think they will. They
just
definitely
get
don't.
total freestyle with
There's
whatever
no way
you're
they could
asking me.
show
So yeah, that's
What is
what I
this
did.
Zoom right
Left
here?
it in the car.
Yeah, what are they doing?
Anything else you want to add?
I had to ask,
What is this? What, the cameraman
what are
just
you gonna
get
do with
bored?
this recording of me?
We're gonna do a news story. We've been doing the story since she was missing, so we're gonna do a news story with this.
Oh, have you now?
A question I've got too, on Sunday, that's when our, what
Cameraman
we
was
call
just
a
feeling
bolo,
himself.
let's be on the lookout, and it's missing person at risk.
It was Friday.
Now, was Friday, was that Friday that you and she decided to go on your venture?
This was Thursday,
On
the
Thursday.
8th.
And then Friday, she didn't show and everybody started looking. What were your thoughts when the cops pulled up behind you and you're not pulling over?
Well, City figured, hey, how I look.
How do you-
So you didn't care?
Well, it's all just for a purpose, so I didn't really actually care.
Oh, I see. No. I talked with a witness, said that they saw you with the baby in your arms. Was the baby in the car with you during this chase? And then
Nah, it's a whole complicated situation.
it's-
Yeah, because I got my guys with suits right here. The sheriff's department shouts out. I love to my loves of my life with authority to figure this to be a professional, you know.
So with the baby in your arms, and you get out of
Law
the car
enforcement.
and you go up the
Is he
street, down
shouting
the
out
street.
law
It was
enforcement?
real
Is he
fun,
literally-
actually,
yeah.
To praise my Father out loud.
Do the people
Hallelujah.
outside of the door?
Great glory be to God. Yes, sir. Well, it's actually pretty fun. It amazed me. Yeah.
And why?
So, it's so fun.
It was fun?
Oh, absolutely.
The adrenaline rush, the excitement?
No, it's just all at once. It's just like, how do I look, God? Am I blessing you enough? Hello, everybody who says
Oh my
no.
So
God.
you were doing that for God's approval?
Oh, absolutely. It's just no burden on no one. And I was everybody that's in between that had none function about anything in my progress of my report, who I had to do it for. Well, it's cool. I respect the manner, but
He describes the
What?
events as exciting and seems to get another rush in the retelling. The euphoria is a sign of manic behavior.
hey, I felt just relaxed and relieved. Okay, do what you do. So I gave it to them, their turn. Chase me, I act stupid, whatever you had to do with it. They know who I'm talking about. I can't represent as a, you know, hey, you're pretty fine specimen. I see you in your brain before you even ask me. Thank you. You know, I just gotta represent and act as if I'm just a normal, productive citizen of society. If I ever was.
So God approved of what you did and he praised you for it?
Oh, absolutely. Hippies, yes. Okay.
Now, are you hearing those voices at all now?
I'll tell communicating
Mhm.
with my father.
Yes, sir.
West, absolutely. Yeah, not hearing.
You're not hearing it now?
You're hearing.
I'm hearing it.
That's me out coming to you.
Understood. So through you, he speaks.
Oh my God.
Understood.
Yes, yes.
Anything
Whoa.
else you want to add that we
Hold
haven't
on.
asked you?
Didn't know there's a third guest here today.
I don't know if Father is to ask you a question at all.
No, we're just making sure that you have gotten to say everything you wanted to say.
This is your time, your turn, anything you want to say. So if there's anything else that you want to say that we've overlooked or neglected, let us know. Go ahead and tell us what you want.
Well, the act of appreciating you coming down here, taking the time, and acknowledging my mental illness. You know, praise and worship to them, whoever they are, on medication.
Did you just say acknowledging my mental illness? Wait.
And acknowledging my mental illness.
Wait, so he's like aware of what's going on?
You know, praise and worship to them.
Yeah. So that's the thing, is that like I feel like he's probably pushing this mental illness thing to try to be, you know, acquitted of trial or whatever.
But
it happens.
Well, I don't know if it's this important or not.
But they didn't bring it up at any point, did they?
What, his mental illness?
They didn't even bring it up.
He keeps bringing it up. He's brought it up at least. He has said the word mental illness at least 2 or 3 times. Which obviously makes you think, you know, who knows what's actually going on in his brain. But if he keeps bringing it up, he honestly just might be trying to say like, hey, I'm mentally unfit to stand trial.
Yeah, I mean, dude, the first video we did this on was the Parkland shooter down in Florida a couple years back, and the dude, full definition of trying to play up mental illness. It was really, really fucking stupid. Really,
yeah,
really
I mean,
messed up to
I
see.
mean, this guy, if he wouldn't have said mental, I wouldn't even question it. If you know, because like, what the hell has this guy even been saying? He's been saying word. I don't even know this many words. He's been saying like nonsense.
I have no idea. Just the fact that he's like keeps acknowledging it is interesting, because that's a weird amount of awareness.
Situation at hand, killing a baby, because I didn't kill the baby. I breathed in him. I had some personal time with the little relationship. Oh, my firstborn son looked just like me, you know. Had a dead woman in the back. I take a realization and relax and say, okay, situation at hand. You know, do whatever I had to do as a human, I guess.
Are you glad that this is all come to a conclusion?
In the script of being a human.
No.
Tell me why.
Based on there's a lot of dishonor, which is recognition of who I am, but with the realization of not caring about just saying, hey, you're
An ad played and literally 30 seconds left. That's ridiculous.
What, an ad? A Twitch ad?
Yeah. That little side note, important to know. Actually, let's wait till the ad's over, because some people with the ads probably need to hear this just in case. This is a wacky one for sure. I don't know. I mean, what's there to add? There's not police. This is just people interviewing somebody who's clearly in an extremely intense case of mental illness. I don't know. Cool. Really quick.
He by the way, I mean, how much time left is there in the video? Less than a minute?
Literally a minute.
I think this is dated. I think this is a few years old.
He said 2020.
Well, I saw a news article here that says this guy was found dead in his cell in 2017.
Why did he say 2020 then? Huh.
I don't know, this article 2017 says Manuel Vela was found unresponsive in a single person cell at 2:55 p.m. This is the same guy who was accused of killing pregnant girlfriend. Killing Rivera, whatever her name is.
Because I kind of just thought it was 2020 based off of the fact that he name dropped the year. Why this guy was just playing ahead, I guess. I don't know. Okay. Really quick, guys. Let's not take this guy's extreme mental state and try to apply it to things that people deal with in a realistic manner every day. Okay, this guy could have something like that, but it's an extremely rare circumstance. Let's not demonize the fact that people have other mental schemas. Okay, this dude is way out there in terms of clear issues going on. A lot of people that deal with sorts of things in terms of their mental illness, it's completely different from this. It's
this is an anomaly.
Exactly. This
is a fringe outline
nothing
case.
Close to it. Let's not try to attach it to somebody's. Let's not attach it to something. This guy is an absolute clear outlier. We don't need to go around trying to make it something it isn't, because this guy is just himself. It doesn't need to be something more than that. This guy is an extreme circumstance, and we don't need to go around trying to attach it to some name or definition, because this dude is clearly out there in comparison to what other people regularly deal with. So let's not try to reiterate what already is demonized too much for no reason. All right.
A lot of dishonor, which is recognition of who I am, but with the realization of not caring about just saying, yeah, you're telling the truth, but we still got to play along that you're mentally ill. Hallelujah.
Vela can describe his actions, but he has no real grasp on the nature of what he has done. He doesn't see Rivera or the baby as real living people. At this point, at least to him, they are merely props helping him live out his delusions. The reporters end the interview, little knowing that he will never make it to trial. After nearly a month of medication, Vela, after possibly being in a mental state capable of realizing what he had done, hanged himself in his cell.
Oh, we just spoiled the ending, Alex.
I mean, that's nonsense, man. That's just nonsense.
Yeah, that one's wild.